All right, y'all, today we're gonna run through the ATF pistol qualification test. I think this is a great test just to kind of start out if you're using a belt, getting used to firearm shooting, especially handgun shooting. It is 11 drills with, I think, 38 rounds total. So it's real simple, real quick. All you need is a handgun, preferably a holster, whether that's concealment or overt, and a target like an IPSC target or something like that. So we will start with drill number 1, which is 3 yards, draw 3 rounds within 3 seconds. So shot timer, also important. Not necessary, but important. Ooh, nice red ants on my clipboard now. All right, I've been having issues with some Glock. Let's see if it goes today. Okay, simple and easy. 3 shots, all A-zone. 177, which is under the 3 seconds. One of the key things about this set of drills is that since it's just a qualification, they're kind of really simple. So, all right, let's tape that up and go from here. Pretty solid grouping too. It is worth noting that I am a little warmed up. We filmed our montage and just got some basic shooting out of the way, you know, get the jumpies out and, you know, just get comfortable. But yeah, little grouping right there. It's pretty good to start out. Okay. Okay. Drill number 2 is where it gets a little bit more funky. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw. We're going to fire 3 rounds freestyle, which basically means however you want. And then you're actually going to switch to your offhand. So for me, it's my left hand, and you're going to shoot just non-dominant hand only. 3 more rounds, and it's under 7 seconds. So. Switch. 3. Another A-zone. 4:05. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Ooh, tape. I forgot to write down the time from the first one.
177.
Boom. Boom. I wouldn't call this set of drills especially funky. There's not a lot of movement, not a lot of changes, kind of odd things. But for some reason, they start out with drill number 2, switching hands, which is definitely uncommon for most shooters, which I think makes it a pretty handy drill. Let's make some notes. Oh. So guys, if you're gonna be doing this, whether at the range, at home, wherever you can, 1, write the drills down in like a write-in rate or something. It's better than checking your phone, especially out here where we have very little cell service. So write it down. Then I went ahead and made this really easily with the help of some friends of kind of a little board to keep track of everything. You can tell what we think about the ATF up here. But this will help to kind of keep all your marks done, your times down. You can see that I've already forgotten to write it down on the first one, but we'll go ahead and start now. So take a pen, and I know for the first one, it was all A-zone hits, so I'm gonna put 3. I'm pretty sure the time was, I think it was 177, I believe was the time, I think. And if you were calculating points, you can do that, or if you wanted to, you know, you could take your little groupings and kind of approximate it here. So for this one, for stage 2, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna say we had all A-zone hits, so it was 6, and it was 4:05. And I know it was all down in here. I'm not gonna do that, but if you wanted to, again, you can kind of just idealize it if you were getting real specific. If you're doing well enough, this whole thing's gonna start to kind of get mishmashy, especially if you're going for the credit card shots up here, but it's still something that we kind of put on this. And finally, there's the notes down at the bottom where you can say, oh, on drill number 6, I need to slow down. Or, you know, make, model, grain, ammo, all that stuff can be put on here. Put your name up here. All right, so let's continue with drill number 3, if I don't drop the book. How do books work? Oh no. Okay. Drill number 3. 3 yards, draw 2 rounds to the head in under 3 seconds. So we're just aiming for the head. I'm not sure on the qualification if that counts as both the B zone or the A zone. We'll aim for the credit card. Alrighty. 172, again, real quick. And I line broke on the credit card and then was right below it, out of compensation. So, we'll mark that down as 1 A zone, 1 B zone, and it was 172. And then we'll tape it up. Howdy goobers. Today we're going to be breaking down some real quick stuff, some real simple stuff. We're going to be talking about belts. We're going to have a brief conversation about range style belts, as well as some concealed carry belts, some other options. We'll get more into detail about concealed carry at a later date, but right now we're going to talk about the range belt. Now, I fully believe that if you watched my first video on plate carriers, if you watched my first video on chest rigs, all that kind of stuff, those gears are great. It's awesome to get, but you should truly be probably considering a range belt first. I think you will get more mileage and more training out of a range belt to start than you will a plate carrier or a chest rig. But they obviously can be interchanged depending on your budget, what you want to do, all that kind of stuff. Or if you just want to look cool. So, starting out, we're going to talk about my S-Tac shooter's belt. This is a little bit of an older style belt, but it still does great. This is what's known as a double layer belt. So there's an inner Velcro belt that goes in your pant loops, and then there's this outer rigid belt that holds all the gear. So, going from one of these, I have mine set up pretty basic. This is what you're going to see on most kind of range belts, kind of like this. Most people are going to set it up very similar, and yeah, you can't go wrong with something like this. So for starters, right in the front, nice little Cobra buckle, nice and heavy duty, as well as the adjustment points that kind of tailor this belt to you. Going to the left, we have a S-Tac double pistol mag pouch. Now these are connected, it's not single mags next to each other, this is just a double mag. I just like this, carrying 2 pistol mags right there, carrying 2 pistol mags on your chest rig, your plate carrier, kind of just covers everything. But these pouches, kind of like I'm talking about, get the most mileage for me because when you're shooting pistols and doing reloads a lot, you just kind of naturally gravitate to your belt line. So, double pistol S-Tac mag pouch. I have the flat ones on most of these, except for this back one. Double rifle. Now these ones are separate and single. That just kind of happened because I ended up getting the second rifle pouch from my brother and just kind of put it on. You can see because he has the Molly ones. I don't get the Molly ones. I don't really like putting anything on them, but they make, similar to the pistol, a separate double mag one. But this is just what I have. 2 rifle mags. Then going onto the back, we have the T-Rex Arms dump pouch. This rolls up nice and flat. It has the leg strap that keeps it nice and tight to your body. You know, nothing's gonna be flapping around here if you put a water bottle or something heavy in there. If you've seen my chest rig video or you've seen my plate carrier video, you've seen how I talk about having dump pouches on my abdomen, on other places. I just, again, like to keep a dump pouch here on the back. Just keep it clean, keep it simple, keep my phone, water bottle, my pasties for my targets, all that kind of stuff in a dump pouch like this, especially if you're shooting like we were today and you're not wearing any upper kit. It's just nice to have. Moving all the way kind of to the small of the back, we have my tourniquet. This is just a basic tourniquet holder I got off of, I think, Amazon or something, but cat tourniquet style. And usually with most people, you'll see this is where they put their medical. You'll see kind of the Blue Force gear or LBX, LBT, everybody makes a little pouch that kind of goes in the small of the back area. I don't have one, usually because, again, on my plate carrier, I'm keeping one in that roll 1 that I've shown, but you can also move them to the back back here. I just end up not using that space. Going further, we have, I like to keep a knife, usually either a Moranev. Right now I have a Glock knife on it because I found it at the pawn shop and I thought it was cool. I actually didn't know they made these, but I usually keep a knife or a multi-tool right there, just kind of in this spot next to my pistol. And then moving on to the main star of your belt, we have my pistol setup. Now this is my Glock 19 with a Radian afterburner and ramjet comp, and then I have it in a T-Rex Arms old school kind of Ragnarok holster, so it's level 0, there's no retention on it. This is great for speed, range, time use. Not the best if you were to get into a scuffle with it. Obviously there's nothing holding it, but you can modify these with retention bands, or you can get something upgraded like the Safariland I have in front of me. Everybody knows the big Safariland level 3 with the hood kind of things. I've just never upgraded. Now I have this on the QLS fork system, so it attaches really easily to this UBL mid-ride, and it can be switched out with other holsters. For example, if I have other handguns that I'm shooting for the day, I can switch them out really easily. I personally really like the UBL mid-ride. I find it is a lot more comfortable than keeping things directly on the belt. You can see that it kind of drops the level a little bit, but it's not so much that it's a complete drop thigh holster. Those get kind of ridiculous, can get real floppy, especially if you don't have a leg strap. So this also has a leg strap on it. Again, just big on leg straps, keeps everything in place when you're moving and grooving. And then that's kind of it for my S-Tac belt, at least, when we're talking about things. People like to keep tourniquets in this front area. Again, I just kind of don't. Just personal preference. I like to stick my timer, my shot timer there, or just, you know, whatever. So that is my S-Tac shooter's belt. Again, they make an enhanced version of these nowadays that have kind of molly rows rather than directly putting things on malice clips or belt clips. It's also worth considering that at the time of filming, Faro Concept has just come out with their new Bora belt, which I've heard really good things about, but that also means that their older school Bison belts are pretty cheap right now. They're about $140 to $150, I believe, if you're in the United States. And those I have heard excellent things with. I have several friends that have them, so something to consider. I just have this one, again, because I got it from my brother. I think he gave it to me for my birthday or something like that. All right, next, going on. Number 4, 3 yards, draw, 4 rounds, under 3 seconds. So we're adding more rounds, keeping the same time frame, speeding up a little bit. Woo. Okay. All right, y'all. So, little malfunction. Been having some trouble with my Glock. 3:17 was the time. So technically, kind of a failure, but with a malfunction, 0.17 over, it's not terrible. And technically, it's worth noting that within this test, if you were taking it for the ATF or other qualification standards, an 80% is considered a pass. So you have some wiggle room. So, let's tape it up. Always work through malfunctions. Don't panic, don't freak out. If you learn to just quit when you get a malfunction, if that ever happens to you, Lord forgiving, if that ever happens to you when you need to actually use your pistol, when you're defending yourself or someone else, you need to know how to work through that. So don't quit, just keep going. Alrighty, let's mark that down. Really should back the tables up a little bit when we come out here, but we'll be backing up in range here in just a bit. Alright, so number 4 was all A zones, and it was 3:17. And I'm gonna go ahead in the points bracket, I'm gonna go ahead and mark a malfunction, just so that we keep kind of track that we had some malfunction there. If we keep seeing this go on, we'll know we need to take our gun in, work on it, whatever. And okay, drill number 5 is we do back up. So give us just a second, we're gonna back up. All right, goobers, 7 yards. We backed up a little bit from our target now. 7 yards from ready, so we're not drawing. 3 rounds, emergency reload, 3 rounds. So 8 seconds, we're working in a reload here, we're working just already at ready. This is kind of like a pseudo malfunction drill in a way, because you're emergency reloading. It might be a real reload, because I might malfunction. We'll find out. All right. So we're from ready this time. We do not have enough rounds. Always check, y'all. When you start a drill, you'll be like, I don't have any ammo. Ugh! Simple, easy, and I still sent 2 to the left. Ugh! All right, what's that time? 4:10. 4:10. 3 A zone, 2 C zone. Oh, 4 A zone. That's math. I didn't do well in math in school, y'all. Stay in school, but like, I don't know. Do something technical, maybe? Unless you're good at math, in which case, do math. So, 4 A zone, 2 C zone. This is actually our second time filming this video because we had some issues with wind and audio the last time. And I will say, it's looking to be better today than what I did the other day. The other day I was, how would you put it, sucking, which happened. But for those to be my first 2 C zones, pretty good. So, 4 to the A zone, 2 to the C zone, and 4:10. Perfect. And we can go ahead and kind of mark those C zones again if you wanted to. So, alrighty. Drill number 6 is a Mozambique drill. 7 yards. Draw 2 rounds to the body, 1 round to the head in under 5 seconds. If y'all saw my YouTube short and Instagram reel on the Mozambique drill, you know what this is already. And now we're just going to be recreating it here. Alrighty. Oh, and I shot low on the headshot. Oh, I did terrible on that. Hee hee. Oopsies. I'm freaking out. We started off so strong. And then I don't know what happened. That is a whoops. And then we got here, which, whoops. Sometimes you're having those kinds of days. That's okay though. 1 alpha, 1 delta, and 1 beta, sort of. Wait, I knocked my book over. Okay, so now we'll note that we had 1, oopsies, and then we'll go ahead and mark that as 1, and we'll mark that we had another malfunction. So, oops, oh, and time, 3:56. So, still we had some time. I could have slowed it down, I could have processed a little bit more, just getting jumpy. Okay, drill number 7. Okay, so this is one of my favorite ones. So this is from 7 yards, stage flight condition, which flight condition is you have a full mag, but nothing in the chamber. It's kind of, I guess, how pilots carry, I don't know. And then you're going to, on the buzzer, try to fire. So you're gonna pull, click, oh my gosh, the gun's empty. You're going to remedial action, and then I believe it is 5 rounds within 5 seconds. So click, no bang, fix it, 5 bangs, easy. This is from ready, yep. Glass get hot. Okay, so nothing in the chamber. And it's from ready. Okay. Alrighty, pulled some up to the left again. It looks like I was pretty split. Can't see where the fifth one went. Oh, maybe I found it. Okay. Alrighty, and that was 302. So even then, pretty fast. Throwing some Charlies. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 more. Man, I'll tell you, the weather has just changed here out in kind of big country, West Texas. It is beautiful in the evenings now. So much better than like 2 weeks ago when we were trying to film and it's 97 degrees outside. Okie dokie. So much sand and ants. Okay, so that was number 7. We had 4 alphas, or no, 3 alphas, excuse me. Thinking about the last drill. And 2 Charlies, no malfunction, which is good. And that was 302. Cool. Okay, another backing up segment. Give us one moment. Just kidding, I missed one. Okay, drill number 6, we skipped ahead to 7 because I can't read either. When I talked about me being bad at math, I can't read. I'm really an anomaly, guys, truly. Is 6 seconds, draw, and it's 1 round to the head. So it's at 7 yards, a little backed up, and you're just taking 1 controlled shot. If you don't hit the credit card, I don't know, be shamed. I'm probably not gonna hit it. I'll be shameful. Anyway, let's get to it. Oh, just above it. I'm shamed. That's it. I'm done. It's over. Cut the camera out bad. All right, y'all. You'll see. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Anyway, y'all. Last time, I think, when we did this a week ago, I gave him a haircut where I really only hit about half, and so there was just a nice little semicircle. So we've moved down a 1/4 inch. Yippee. Okay, now we're backing up to 15 yards. So, hey y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Leave us a comment in the comment section down below. It helps a lot with everything, with YouTube. Share the video, all that kind of stuff. If you don't, unfortunately this week, you'll end up like this target. And that includes the little pasties. Here you go. Okay, y'all. Now that we're actually at 15 yards and we've done all the drills we need to, this is number 9. This is going to be 15 yards. I immediately forgot it. 15 yards from ready, 3 rounds, drop to a kneel, emergency reload, 3 rounds within 12 seconds. So we're moving into body mechanics, all that kind of stuff. Should be pretty fun. I've got a mag, got bullets. Let's do it. From ready. Malfunction. Put on the last round. It's the best time to do it. Thank you. All right. What time was that? 6:31. So again, the times are really not prohibitive on this test. If you're even what I would say is a base level competent shooter, it's pretty simple. So, okay, this time 15 yards handgun. I left the stickers back over there. Anyway, 3 alpha, 3 Charlie, and I really like to shoot in this moonbeam pattern over here. So, what are you gonna do? I would bet that's the kneel because you saw me drop the 2 knees. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. We'll sticker this up. Bam, 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 bam. I'm actually a pro speed walker, guys. That's why I have the mask on, because you guys would all know that I'm too famous for speed walking and people would never accept me for what I really want to be doing. Boom, boom. Goobers, if you end up running these drills, you end up doing this test, you have fun with it, go ahead, post your comments, your times, your scores down in the bottom. You're probably better than me in many ways, and you should flaunt it in the comments specifically though, and you should share it to a friend and all that kind of stuff. Now, going to the other style of belt that I like is just a single piece belt. These go in your belt loops, and you kind of, you know, the downside with these is you have to weave your pouches in and out every time you take this off, unless you're just gonna leave it on your pants. But this is the Core Performance belt. These are really cool because they have this ratcheting system on the interior that makes it to where it's very easy to adjust, kind of micro adjust every time that you put it on. These are designed around concealed carry. It is important to be mindful of that these are primarily concealed carry belts, especially when we look at things like your appendix carry or your 3 o'clock carry for sidecars and things like that. But I really like these as well, just for kind of a range belt. I ran something very similar to this for a very long time. These work really well when you have kind of outside holsters like this Safariland for my VP9, or, you know, if you're running revolvers with leather holsters or anything like that. These are also really solid because they're nice and sturdy. You can see that I'm not really applying any pressure to keep these up, and it holds this nice and rigid shape. And yeah, so that's a single layer belt. These are really cool. You adjust them to your size, you set them up so they're nice and personalized, they're nice and comfortable. I wear this one a lot when I go hunting, and I carry my VP9 with me. Drill number 10 is 15 yards from a kneel, from ready, 3 rounds, 5 seconds. Simple, easy. I'll screw it up. Oh, what did we do? I gotta take the notes first. We had 3 A's, 3 C's, just like my high school grades, and 631. Nowhere near my GPA. Can he even get a 6.0 GPA? 2.0 questions, honestly. Alrighty. What did I say? Oh yeah, from the deal. Let's do it. Ugh. My pin's floating around back there. From ready, 3 rounds. Another malfunction. My Glock is jacked. Ugh. Let's see what we did. All C-zone. I gotta get glasses, y'all. Believe it or not, these sunglasses, not prescription. I know that's crazy to believe, but man. Alrighty. This is our last drill. Ooh, excuse me. This is our last drill. We have to back up to 25 yards now just for the last one. So we're gonna move our tables real quick and then we'll be right back to you. Okay, y'all. 25 yards. Cameraman, go ahead and show how far we are from the target at this point. This is beyond what I would call reasonable handgun engagement if you're a civilian. If you're law enforcement, military, all that kind of stuff, makes sense. But unless you're that guy from the mall, Dickens or whatever, probably don't shoot people from 25 yards. It's getting into the dangerous territory. As you'll see, I'll probably whiff. So with this one, it is 2 rounds within 8 seconds. It's real simple. You just have to put 2 rounds on target. So, all right. Remember if it was from ready or draw. My book's over there. We'll just draw because that's cool. And we've got a belt. Oh no! I don't even know what happened there, to be honest. Oh well. That's that. Let's go check. Oh. Ooh. Okay, 1 alpha and 1 line break. Pretty much down the middle. I meant to do that. Everyone nod along. Okay, that's all the drills. Let's get back to the table, we'll talk some things out, and then I'll see y'all. Thanks. If we're gonna kind of talk about the belt line, I just gotta bring up the fact that the way I concealed carry is a fanny pack. This is one from Tight Shoots. I keep my 365 in here, and I'll tell you, y'all, we'll make a video about this. We'll talk about concealed carrying, but if you wanna train and you wanna train just dirt simple and easy and have something to hold a pistol, these Tight Shoots with their magnetic retention system, or things like Everly stock with their Velcro systems that allow you to put holsters in them, they're all great options, just more ways to hold a gun. And it's super comfortable. So, as always, y'all, if you have any questions about anything, if you need to break down anything further, or you just want to comment, oh, I bought this piece of gear and I like this. What do you like about this piece? All that kind of stuff. Just remember to put it down in the comments. We appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this video today. We appreciate y'all kind of tuning in to all the stuff. We're apologizing that this video is a little bit long. We had some issues with audio and wind last time we tried to film this. So now we're inside from my sunroom. All right, y'all. Stay gooberin'. Appreciate y'all. See you next time. Hey, I need you to edit out like all those C-zone hits. People are gonna think I'm bad. Like, I didn't get any too bad, but like something about, like, I don't know, can you like keyframe it or something? I don't really know how the editing works, but I mean, just edit them, maybe?
But like, we can't just edit them.
No, we totally can, because like people on the internet have to think that I'm like a grandmaster shooter, and like we'll speed up the footage and like something about color grading, and then everybody will think that I'm like really impressive.
But we've already talked about how you can't read.
Dang it.
We're just gonna have to go with it, dude.